leading rusher Frank Maker, South Effingham saw its season get off on the wrong foot last week as the Mustangs were upset 12-6 by West Lawrence. South Effingham will look to rebound at the Corral as it hosts Jenkins. Jenkins had about as tough of an opener as a team can have, as the Warriors went down to Valdosta last weekend and suffered a 47-0 defeat at the hands of the Wildcats. Valdosta jumped out early, scoring 38 by halftime, and played the entire second half with a running clock. But don't judge Jenkins just yet. Valdosta would make a lot of teams look worse than they are. I see Jenkins as being a much improved squad from the one that went 2-8 last year. How improved are they? I think we'll begin to get an idea after this game. Last year the Warriors were not impressive in a 33-3 loss to the Mustangs. Giving South Effingham a tougher game, even in a loss, would give Jenkins and its opponents confidence that the Warriors are indeed a better team. No question, the loss of senior running back Frank Maker had an impact on South Effingham last week. The Mustangs will likely be without him again Friday, as Coach Greg Maynor said earlier this week he expected Maker not to be back. One silver lining to be found, however, is the play of freshman Joshua Mercer. Before the season began, when I was out at South Effingham, Maynor told me Mercer was one of the fastest middle schoolers he'd ever seen. We got a glimpse of that speed Friday when Mercer scored the Mustangs' only touchdown on an 85-yard run. Now this really is a tough game to call. Maker being out is a big loss for South Effingham, and while he may be talented, it's hard to tell just how a freshman like Mercer will respond in only a second varsity game. Jenkins has a lot of experience after all of last season's trials, and I really do believe they can challenge for a playoff berth. In the end, I think Jenkins will have to settle for a better performance against South Effingham than they had last year, but I don't think it'll be quite enough. I'm picking the Mustangs to win this one, 21-16. And that's all for this edition of Countdown to Game Day. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to play the Friday Night Blitz Picks Challenge. Go to savannahnow.com/prepcentral or wsav.com to beat our picks. And be sure to check back right here next week for an all-new edition of Countdown to Game Day. I'm Rich McGowan.